Davante Adams pushed a guy that ultimately led to a lot of backlash, and it got me thinking, this is not the type of person Davante Adams is. He seems a little angry. And after watching the tape, I realized what happened. And it wasn't the 3rd and 1 play, the second last play where Davante Adams was open. He caught the ball, but he wasn't able to get his feet inbounds. This wasn't the play that ultimately made Davante Adams mad. I think it was the final play, the 4th and 1, in which Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow ran right into each other. Derek Carr overthrows the pass. I think this play pissed off Davante Adams because Davante Adams realized he made a mistake. Davante Adams realized that the reason why him and Hunter Renfrow ran into each other is because he ran the wrong route. Specifically, his release was incorrect. Let's break this play down, and I'm going to get into exactly what I mean by when I say his release was incorrect. First and foremost, before the play begins, you guys can see Chiefs defenders start coming to the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs are actually in cover 0. They are playing man-to-man, which means they're about to bring everyone besides the guys that are going to be left in man-to-man coverage. The Kansas City Chiefs are about to go all out. They're going to force Derek Carr to maybe throw the ball sooner than he's ready. And you guys can see that Derek Carr ultimately throws the ball up. Now let's break this play down a little bit. From the end zone angle, you can see that Derek Carr is pointing directly at Nick Bolton, but he then changes the play. And now he's going to start pointing to the right side. He is pointing to the slot player off the edge. Andre James, if you missed it, just called the slide call right there. The offensive line is now going to slide to the right. Colton Miller is going to go towards the corner that's coming off the edge, or at least it looks like he's coming off the edge. Parham's going to step to the right. Andre James is going to step to the right. Illuminor's in a one-on-one situation, as is Alex Bars, and you're going to see that Nick Bolton's going to come right through the middle. And ultimately, this slide call to the right of your screen allows Nick Bolton to not be picked up by anyone, and ultimately he's the guy. And even the guy that was lined up on the edge is actually in a one-on-one situation with Josh Jacobs. And when he sees Jacobs blocking, he ends up coming as well. And Derek Carr ultimately just throws the ball up. And you guys can see the pass falls incomplete. But to back this play up and discuss why Davante Adams actually ran this route incorrectly, and maybe that's why he was angry after the game, you're going to see when Adams gets out of his break, he's going to stem to the inside. He's going to release to the inside of this play. Ultimately, because he releases to the inside, him and Hunter Renfrow are going to end up running into each other downfield. And as Derek Carr throws the ball up, as he takes the hit, really doesn't matter because these guys end up falling. So why am I saying Davante Adams ran the wrong route? It's because former wide receiver Golden Tate, who's played under Josh McDaniels in the past, put this play out. It's the same exact play that the Raiders ran, and you can see that the X wide receiver has a MOR, which stands for a must outside release. Essentially saying that on this play, Davante Adams has to take an outside release. Now, there's no way a cornerback is going to force Davante Adams to the inside. I think Davante Adams chose to go to the inside, and I think Davante Adams didn't realize it until it was too late. And I think that's why he was a little bit angry with himself. He took an inside release when in reality he should have taken the outside release. And ultimately, I think that release is why Hunter Renfrow, who in my opinion was the #1 read on this play, that too, Hunter Renfrow smokes this cornerback. I think this is why Davante Adams is a little angry. It's very clear as you guys watch this snap and just take it back a couple steps. Hunter Renfrow smokes number 22 here. He would have been wide open had Davante Adams taken the outside release. Because Adams would not be running an inside route here. He'd be running somewhere down the sideline here. And I think Hunter Renfrow would have been open. And I think Carr would have ultimately seen that Adams ran the correct route. And I think he would have thrown this to Hunter Renfrow. In my opinion, Hunter Renfrow does a really nice job in this play. He's going to hit the inside stem. He's going to really sell it to the inside before he hits it to the outside. And of course, they do run into each other. But you guys can check out the play art again. Renfrow ran the same exact route as you can see here. With the inside stem, ultimately he hits it for about 16 yards to the outside. And based off where Renfrow is right now, 16 yards is about where the 40-yard line is. That's basically where Hunter Renfrow ends up cutting it to the outside. And they just run right into each other. It's an unfortunate play. I do think the Raiders drew up a good play. I think Davante Adams just made a mistake. And I think he knows it. I think Davante Adams realized it. You can kind of see his body language here as well, where he kind of throws his hands up, and I think he's realizing that he may have made a mistake. Ultimately, we may never know. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If this is the first time you're on the channel, please consider subscribing. We break down Raiders film as well as other teams' film. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.